Hi, this is Praveen. I brought one more lesson that is from history part. Freedom movement. This is in view of examination one of the very important lesson. In this part, we're going to discuss about nationalism and Indian National Congress, moderates, radicals, division of Bengal, the role of Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and revolutionaries. The rise of nationalism. Nationalism is nothing but the love of uh, country, devotion of one country. How this nationalism rised in India. So there are some particular background for the rise of nationalism in India. The local kings fought against British kings, which guided by their political goals and fought against foreign occupation. And communication development, education, journalism, cultural association, journalism, the field of education, the field of transport, the field of communication, all these sector developed that led to the nationalism. And farmers and tribal associations witnessed, particularly the creation of associations and unity. All these created during 19th century. Farmers revolt, tribals revolt, farmers associations and tribal associations. All these very good example for there was a birth of nationalism during the 1857 revolt. Uh, Indian National Congress, INC. There were very associations established before the establishment of INC. Before the establishment of INC, there were some associations like Hindu Mela and Indian Association, Pune Public Sabha, Indian Association. All these some of particular associations established by the very great personalities on those days. During the reign of Lord Lytton, Vernacular Press Act was passed to curb the independence of press. These development led to the development of Indian National Congress. Indian National Congress established just to bring up, just to carry the problems of Indians before the British government. Indian National Congress was established in 1885, Bombay. It was founded by Abou Hume. He was a retired British civil servant. This INC, which was established by Abou Hume, discussed various issues of public importance. The first INC president was W.C. Banerjee. This INC placed problems of people before British government and changed the direction of Indian political history. There are two wings of in the journey of freedom movement. The one group was moderates and one group was radicals. Moderates and radicals, both of them Congress leaders, but because of having different opinion, they divided into two groups: moderates and radicals. The leaders are W.C. Banerjee and Ranade Surendranath Banerjee, Dadabhai Nauroji, and Gokhale. These are all moderates. What their aspects? They have faith in British rule. Moderates had faith in British rule and used to table their demands within constitutional framework. We have to understand their way to approach British government. The way is within constitutional framework, that is particularly through prayer and request, because they had faith in British rule. They organized public meetings, discussions demanded to cut down military expenditure. They demanded for industrial development and good education system, and they insisted to eradicate poverty. So these are all what they demanded British government. And very important thing, Dadabhai Nauroji, what he proved, the drain of resources of India to England through each and every statistics. That is what we call drain theory, economic drain theory, that was introduced by Dadabhai Nauroji, one of moderate leader. Moderate spirit, overall, we call it a liberal nationalism. A liberal nationalism, because their attitude of struggle against British was through prayer and request. That was within constitutional framework, so that we call it a liberal nationalism. And one more wing of freedom movement group, that is radicals. The group of congressmen who criticized the soft stance of moderates is called radicals. They are also congressmen, but their way and approach is different. Arvindo Ghosh, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Lal Bal Pal, Lala Lajpat Rai, Bipin Chandra Pal, all these, some of the very important leaders, and they criticized the moderates as political beggars. So this was the very important criticize on moderates, what radicals did, political beggars. One more thing, division of Bengal in 1905. What was division of Bengal? Who was the viceroy during that period? How it was divided? How it was cancelled? All that. See, Bengal, it was the very important place of freedom movement, the center of anti-British protest and anti-British sentiment. There was the Viceroy Lord Curzon introduced dividing Bengal to control anti-British protest. Since Bengal had more concentration of Muslims and Hindus, he planned to divide on the basis of religion. In 1905, the division of Bengal was done into East and West. The East was Muslim dominated, while West was dominated by Hindus. So totally dividing and rule policy that was during 20th century, particularly in 1905. The division of Bengal resulted in widespread protests. Radicals took this issue to the doorsteps of people and boycotted foreign goods and encouraged local goods. Many protests took across the country during that moment, so that finally government withdrew the division of Bengal in 1911. Bal Gangadhar Tilak role is very important here. One of the radical leader, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, what his role during Bengal division? He declared, "Swaraj is my birthright and attended. Complete freedom is my aim." And organized people by employing religious celebrations like Ganesha Chaturthi, Shivaji Jayanti, and Durga celebrations. Even today, Ganesha Chaturthi has been celebrating. It is one of the symbol of freedom movement. He published Kesari and Maratha newspapers. and influenced on common people through his writings, and wrote a book Gita Rahasya in prison. That is the very important thing. Gita Rahasya in prison, that was fueled freedom fever further. And the last one is revolutionaries. Revolutionaries are nothing but hot-blooded Indians. Dream of complete freedom and believed in violent method and used guns and bombs to achieve the goal. And revolutionaries established associations. Some of the very important associations are given here. That is Lotus and Dragger in England. Lotus and Dragger, that is one of the association that was established in England. Ghada in US, Abhinav Bharata in India, and Anushilana Samiti in India. All these revolutionaries associations. Arvindo Ghosh, V.D. Savarkar, Rajguru, Khudiram Bose, Bhagat Singh, Chandrasekhar, and Chandrasekhar Azad, Madam Kama. These are the very important leaders of revolutionaries. Here is one thing we have to understand. One of the radical who became revolutionaries then, that was Arvindo Ghosh. Arvindo Ghosh basically, he was radical but turned into revolutionary in the last. So this is very brief the beginning of freedom movement in India. Okay, thank you for joining. Thank you.